Welcome to my Surviving the 80s. Can you smell this basil? It just smells so good. And I wish you could. I know you can't, but it smells wonderful. And what I've done, I started out in my blender, which is not working right. So I'm switching over to my food processor, and what you didn't see is, and I'll just show you, I've got a lot of dry basil that I picked out of my yard. I'm not taking a lot of the stem off because the stem tastes like basil too. And I broke it up and I put it in here. And then I put just a little bit of my tomato sauce that I made the other day. So that's in there, and I may add a little more. It just depends. I want to have enough to make. Okay, I think I have it right. Yeah. Okay, what am I making? Well, I'm making basil to use for next winter. Basil is one of those things that when you dry it, it loses its punch. And basil smells so good that you want to really save that. So I'm going to grind it up, and I can either do it with tomato sauce, or I could do it with olive oil, or even water. But I put some of my tomato sauce in here. I'm going to put the finished product into my ice cubes. I'm going to put them in here till they're frozen. Then I'll take them out, put them in a freezer bag, label it, and next winter, when I'm cooking any kind of tomato sauce or soups or stew, all I have to do is pop out an ice cube and put it in, and it will be summer again with basil. So here we go, and we'll see what we have. I'm just going to check to see. Okay, it needs to be more. I don't want to use that. And I may not. Okay, just a wee bit more. And I'm sorry for the noise. And this is backwards to me, so. It smells so good, so very good. Anyway, I'm not going to go too much longer with it. I just really want to show you what I'm doing. So I'm going to put some of this now into my ice trays. I'm going to try to get the blade off so it doesn't, oh, I have to take it clear off there. I think I can, there. It still could have been a little bit more, but I think it will be enough to do what I want to show you. And then I'll just put this into my trays with my tomato sauce. I don't know if you can see that. I want to fill this one, and then I'm going to do some parsley. Parsley is about the same thing. I think it might hold up a little bit better dried, but it will be so much fresher if I do it this way. But I don't want to put my parsley in the tomato sauce. You know, basil and tomatoes are just true companions. They marry well. And I think I'm going to have a nice tray full. let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 16 nice cubes of basil, and I have more to go. So won't that be nice? Basil is such a nice smelling herb. It just adds a lot for flavor. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, I don't plan to make an update, a separate update on Janet, but I want you to know today, or Sunday, she came home from the hospital. So Janet is home. You know, probably I will, because I realize you won't see this for quite a while. Now, even though this still has probably a little bit of tomato hanging to it, I'm going to put in, this will be ready for the freezer, and it's a whole tray full of nice basil. Okay, then when you do this, you want your parsley or your basil to be dry. You don't want to do it wet. And I'm just going to trim some of the little stems off. But remember, the stems actually have more flavor in them than the parsley leaf. So don't worry about getting stems off. Okay, this time, and I really don't have much in here, so you just have to play it by ear how much liquid. I'm just going to drizzle some olive oil on top of this. And I don't know how much to tell you. There isn't much in there. I don't know. Oh, forgot to put this. You know, I do that all the time. And then it goes down in. Okay, let's see. Probably the blade isn't as good as it should be in there. Okay, I might have to walk. I don't know why it's. Oh, because for one thing, I have it in there. Okay. Okay, I think it's going to go. Okay, let's see what I have. Oh, I probably put in more olive oil than I needed to, but I'm going to use it that way anyway, because I really didn't have that much parsley. So, this parsley, yeah, I wish I had had more parsley. You know, I'm going to run it through just a little bit more. I know I can get a little finer than that. And we'll do that. And yes, I'll probably make a separate thing on Janet, because I realize you won't see this until the end of this week. Because that's how it works. Okay, now this is done in olive oil, and I didn't want it to be in the tomato sauce. I thought it would be a little more versatile for it to be in the olive oil. And then the same thing, put them in the trays, and it's not going to make a whole tray full because I didn't have that much parsley. And it could have had less olive oil than I even put in it. But I don't think it'll hurt anything. And so that is, and cilantro, if you went to do that. Cilantro is another one that loses its flavor if you dry it. So at least these three, if you want to keep them and not have to, I guess parsley you could buy pretty much year round, but when you have it in your garden, you want to just save that and have the goodness. Parsley is a biennial, so the first year it produces, the second year it goes to seed, and then the third year you replant or, yes. Okay, and that's what I've done, and I'll freeze these, and then I have these too. I'm going to make this after the fact here, but I'm glad you came to visit, and oh, I do wish you could smell all this wonderful basil, and it is so nice. So enjoy your day and preserve some of your herbs. You'll be really happy to do that next winter. Thanks for coming. Bye now.